Alright, hopefully everyone's having a good one. How y'all doing? Yeah, so I guess it might need to download, even though I did technically have it already updated, but I don't know what's even going on with that. Yeah, I guess it's gonna take some time for it to download. Not too long, but I could talk with you guys while that's going on. How's everyone doing today? Yeah, so I finally was able to actually fix a lot of what I had issues with. My OBS, I guess, was just like really messed up, and yeah, it was just a very weird thing that was going on with it. So I basically had to fix a lot of different issues. Hi, what's going on, Jesus? Welcome in. Rodrigo, how you doing? How you doing? Vut SR, how you doing? Yeah, so I guess it'll take about like 8 minutes to do it. But yeah, it's pretty crazy because my OBS was having some issues, so I had to like completely overhaul the whole thing. So I know it's probably going to take about 10 minutes to actually update everything, which is actually kind of weird because like it's at 95% of the updating files, and then downloading data, that's kind of like where the issue is. But yeah, it's pretty crazy. Hopefully, if you guys can hear me, hopefully you guys can hear me. I did just re-enable everything on my stream. I know that I got my vertical and horizontal YouTube stream working, which I actually probably should check to make sure that every platform is receiving my stream. Yeah, so the Twitch has got it up. Let's see if Kick has it. It might not. I don't know yet. Yeah. It's got it. And then, of course, I got the YouTube stream. I was on TikTok, but I noticed that TikTok doesn't really... I don't know. They have like a really weird thing going on where they'll like have it where if you're streaming off of like OBS and they see that you're using an encoder that like multi-streams, they basically just cancel it out. Like they drop you from using TikTok. The weirdest thing, I figured that out early on, probably after about 3 months of streaming, and then I was like, oh, why is it taking so long? And just all that stuff. And then I realized, oh, it's the encoder. They realized that I'm using this, that, and the other, and they just they wanted to change everything. So yeah, that's pretty much how it is. Kind of, it sucks, but it happens. But I'm glad that my stream is finally up and running. I usually do have all of my, like for the games and stuff like that, I usually have it all downloaded and ready to go. But I was just trying to make sure that my stream works so that I can actually stream and do all that stuff. I probably should have played Fortnite, but with the way that they're doing with the servers, and they're like staggering stuff, and it's really not playable, especially if you're not playing it on console right now. I don't know how anyone's doing that. I turned on my console. I basically unplugged my console after having it for 4 years. I had it plugged in to I had it plugged into my capture card, which you can see right here. If I do full screen, I had it plugged into this for 4 years, and I just realized that when I actually turn on the PC, it turns this on. That's why it's hot. But I had it plugged into this for 4 years. This actually did pretty good for quite a while, and it's the HD 60S Plus. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I had this plugged in, and it worked pretty good when I was using it in tandem with my Mac Mini, and then I got my PC. I tried using it connected to my PC. It worked, but didn't work. It's like very weird. I don't know why. And my Mac Mini is like 10 years old, so I don't understand how this works better on my Mac Mini than it does on a 2025, like late 2025 PC. And this is like now it's like a $6,000 PC, but when I originally bought it, it was like a $4,000 one. When I bought it for like $3,500, but I bought it for $3,500. The PC technically was supposed to come with 32 gigs of RAM, and they accidentally put 64, so technically it's a 4,500. Because the RAM that they put in there is actually pretty expensive, and they put in the wrong one. So I'm not complaining. That's basically the one mistake that I've ever had where it was a good mistake. They messed up, and it benefited me a lot, so I'm pretty happy with that. But it's pretty crazy. And what's funny is that I did check initially, like, oh, is it updated and ready to go? And yeah, it said that it was scheduled for tomorrow, but then it just did it today anyways. I was like, come on. And I'm not gonna restart the stream again. So, but yeah, pretty crazy that this happened. I finally got my stream back up and running. I'm ready to start streaming some more. I know that work's been pretty hectic. The beginning of the month, I did get sick, so the first week I wasn't able to stream anyways. And then as soon as I tried coming back to stream, then it just wasn't happening. Like I had that same issue where the OBS settings wanted to reset itself, and so now I'm just gonna try to do one specific thing where I'm going to keep it on a certain setting. If it resets, then I'll try to factory reset the way that I did just now. Hopefully it's gonna work out fine, but we'll see what happens with that. Kind of crazy. There is a lot of things going around about arc raiders. I actually find it pretty funny how all the heavy hitters that streamed like Fortnite and all that stuff, they are kind of abandoning ship. Me, I mean, as soon as I got a PC, I was like, I'm gonna be streaming whatever I want to stream. They're not paying me for anything, how they pay these creators. They say they love these games. They don't. That's what's actually pretty crazy about it. I love all the games that I play. I don't actively would play a game unless I actually love playing it. When it comes to Fortnite, I do love it, but they've been doing a lot of bad things where the last couple months they unbanned all the cheaters to give them a second chance, and then just all this other stuff. So there's probably a couple of solo games that I'm going to actively play, and then I'll try to maximize the amount of play time I put into it. There's a lot of other things that I'll start doing and kind of just get into my own, I guess you could say. So that's come on. There we go. So that's updated now. Just to log into it. Make sure I got it turned up enough. It should be good enough. But yeah, but I'm happy that you know, everything's working good. I will have to admit though, my frames are dropping, so that's probably that's a internet issue that I got to resolve. I haven't been paying attention to my internet stuff for the last 2 weeks, so, and I usually do know when you're loading or updating software and stuff like that while you're streaming, it does drop frames. And the same thing of like loading into a game, it does drop the frames because it's doing a whole bunch of things in the background and stuff like that. So let's see. Alright, end of week. Wildcard 1, right? Yep. Let's go to trials. Got 3 days and 5 hours. So inside the bunker, kind of a hard thing to do, but that's whatever. Let's go here. Yeah, they do have a inbox for the let's see here. I'm just trying to see if that's gonna be working properly. I'll give it about a second or two. But I'm definitely going to be putting a lot of points into this. I'm finally more in the green when it comes to the actual coins. Let's see here. Probably, I'm going to try to put more into here so I can get over to that. That's actually a pretty good one to have. Workshop, claim all around. Let's see here. I'm just trying to make sure that that's working. And I mean, I wouldn't doubt it because, you know what, actually it is. I think I figured it out. I think it's this. I'm pretty sure it's this actually. Let's see. No, I have to go to Task Manager actually. Yeah, so I gotta go over here. Where's that at? Yeah, because it puts it into efficiency mode, which like I've disabled it numerous times and it still keeps it in there, so it's the weirdest thing ever. So I think if I take that off, and it still hasn't fixed it. Yeah. Still hasn't fixed it. Alright. So they give us a Raider Hatch tool for 10 million Raiders. It's been a hell of a ride so far, and we're celebrating a huge milestone, 10 million Raiders in the Rust Belt. We're proud and humbled by your love for Arc Raiders. There's so much more exciting content to come, so we hope you stay for the journey. We're one of the first 10 million, so here's something to show for it. Okay. Definitely pretty cool. This, I think, matches more so. Don't tell me. Okay, now I gotta check to see if it just reconnected, so I guess it fixed the issue, but I'm also hoping that it didn't end my streams. So now I gotta check every one of them. Alright. There we go. Alright, so now I got that fixed. Alright, let's see. Okay, cool. Looks like everything's working. So I had just fixed the frame drops, all that stuff. So I claimed the gilded pickaxe, pretty cool. So I can go here. Definitely pretty cool pickaxe. You go to the outfits. Basically anything that has to do with gold. Pretty cool. I like it. Pretty dope if you ask me. I mean, it kind of matches this one too, you know, because he has the yellow on his gloves. It definitely matches. Yeah, okay, so there's a new set, I'm guessing then, right? There's got to be a new set. It's the only thing that makes sense, right? Alright, let's go to the store. No way, they brought it out. Let's go, dude. Take off the life vest. What is that? Okay. Canister, take that off. Yeah, so this is pretty much the one that everyone was talking about. It's really not that great of a set, because, you know what I'm saying? I feel I know why that they're doing it that way. It makes a lot of sense. They don't want it to be too dark, you know, of a skin. You know, pretty much the skin that I have is basically the only skin that will ever have the option, except for, you know, something like this, but you know, you could still spot this skin easily because of the stripes and stuff like that. But mostly every other skin is kind of like you can notice it, you know. There's something about it that you notice. This one still has like the color scheme there. This one still has the blue cover. You know, so like you could still spot when people are wearing these skins. You know, like you can wear this, but it's still noticeable with the helmet. Same thing with this. Like if you put that on, you could still notice it with that helmet. Even if you take the helmet off, it's got bright orange. You know what I'm saying? So this one, it's basically, they try to make it so that every skin has some distinguishable thing. When it comes to this one, you would need to basically, like, you know what I'm saying? This one had this, where it's like, oh, it's noticeable. But then when you take off those things, it's bare bones, you know? So I guess that's the skin that everyone was talking about. This one's not too great. It's kind of weird with the little, you know, horns. This one's kind of cool. I don't see anybody rocking this anymore. When it first came out, people were rocking it, but no one really rocks it anymore. But that's pretty crazy. They finally came out with this one. I basically just take off the life vest, flippers. That's pretty much it. The skin's alright. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't really go all crazy with it, you know? Yeah. I wouldn't go all crazy with it. I mean, there's a decent amount of people still running the torpedo set. Not as much. I'm, you know, a little tempted to. I want to get that skin. This is kind of another skin that a lot of people are rocking. The Marco set. Okay, the electronic set they brought down the bundle, so it is cheaper. It definitely is cheaper. Yeah, to get the whole set, because I own this, but I think I got that. Yeah, I mean they definitely did a lot of stuff with that. And the engineer set. It is interesting, you know. I'm trying to figure out what if I would want to get that one. I am tempted to get it, no doubt about that. And it comes with the face tattoos, which is actually kind of cool. The compass. What the? Are you kidding me? The diving bell? Really? That's kind of crazy. Alright. Outside of that, I mean, there's really nothing else going on. I'm glad that I finally got my streams back up and running. I did get a haircut. I got a haircut yesterday. As you can see, I took about, I would say about almost 4 inches off. So I you know, a lot of hair came off. I'm probably gonna take off another inch or two. I don't want to take off too much in the front though. I'll probably take off some on the back half and the very back of it. I prefer having my hair exactly like this length is pretty much perfect for me. That's kind of where I like to keep it. Alright, so let's get a raid or two in. I do have to put that. Okay. But yeah, I'm happy that I'm finally able to stream again. It was weird. I had to reach out to Stream Elements, talk to them about that, and then kind of get that fixed. But yeah, I'm back up and running. Fixed everything. It took me a couple of times to actually get it perfectly fixed, but was able to do that. Alright, so we've got, let's see. Yeah, so the flames or whatever, all that stuff is gone. I finished all that out. I basically finished all that before whatever happened. Alright. Let's go to some trials. So damage rocketeers. Deliver carryables. Destroy pops. Hidden bunker. I wonder why they hid that, you know, or not hid it, but like put hidden bunker specifically on there. So I think they're trying to, like, you know, make it easier on people that just started. They're like, well, how the hell do you do the hidden bunker? Well, this is, you know, how you do it. I think there are going to be a lot of people just like camping and doing it. So what I think, yeah, the hidden bunker is usually here. but instead of the night raid, it would be hidden bunker. And then let's see. So the trials really don't have any good things. There's specific ones you want to go into that would be easier to do. But yeah, I think probably just do some Stella Mantis. I know if I go to the practice range, there is a lot of things I need to actually, inventory-wise, I need to sell some of this stuff. There's a lot of this stuff I need to sell too. Alright, let me go to the practice range. You know, actually, there is one thing I wanted to show people. We go here. Practice range. So a lot of people are like, oh, you know, they nerfed the kettle. They did, but this is my first time actually actively looking to see how much they nerfed it. So I'm gonna go in there and try to do it exactly the way that I did it. I'm also going to possibly plug in my controller and kind of see what else they got going on there. But let's go over here, switch it out to the kettle. Alright. So we go here. Okay. Alright. So, yeah, it's definitely nerfed for sure. Alright. Yeah, I mean, it's like a nerf to the ground, pretty much. Yeah, so anybody that did have a macro, yeah, they're not gonna be able to do it. Like, even if I was to, yeah, so I'm double tapping it and it's not working. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're easier just using one finger. It basically becomes like, yeah, I was able to do it way faster than that before. That's crazy. Can you actually get some, like, can you take all this back with you? You know what I'm saying? Like, can you actually take this all back with you? That's crazy. I mean, the kettle one's kind of garbage, though. These, you could just, yeah, if I swap these out, put the attachments on. Trigger nades. That there. And then, I mean, if I just keep on, you know, putting certain things. I mean, I didn't realize that you get, like, they give you certain things. I didn't realize that. Shotgun shells, get rid of. And let's get rid of that. And so this is a kettle 2. Yeah, so this is the kettle 4, right? Yeah, it's slower for me even, you know. I wasn't using a macro originally. Yeah, so I am at, let's take a quick look. My graphic settings is to frame, VSync is off. Motion blur is off, it's on medium. Frame rate is unlimited. Okay. $365. Low latency. I think I had that off originally. Yeah, the most I can get is 360, so. Okay. Alright, and then the one thing I do want to check out. I noticed that, what's his name? Shroud isn't playing Arc Raiders now. Ever since they nerfed the kettle. So, that's kind of telling, to be honest. Just saying. Hey, if you were still, you know, not using cheats, then why aren't you playing Arc Raiders right now? Right after they nerfed it. That's very, very telling, buddy. You said you downloaded cheats before. I mean, a cheater is going to be a cheater. That's just as simple as that goes. When it comes to Nick Merckx, I got a PlayStation controller right here. I'm going to do a direct connection into my PC. My PC is a high-end PC, so I'm going to connect that in. So I got the plug plugged in. Plug it in right now. It's lighting up. Alright. Alright, my settings are definitely off. I'll tell you that much. Let me go to Audio. Controller. Alright. We got... I think it is exponential, maybe? I think that might be it. No. Alright, so... yeah, I definitely do want to fix that. Kind of just see what's going on with that. Controller. Alright, let's look input. Okay. That should fix it, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Wow. Okay, so Shroud cheats. Nick Mercs does not cheat. That's pretty crazy. Like literally it does kind of stick to it. And then like you could see that I'm struggling just to kind of get it off. That's kind of crazy. Not gonna lie, and I just plugged it in. I haven't plugged in a controller on PC for Arc Raiders, and this is the first time I played. Literally, I just plugged it in to do any of that, and yeah, that's pretty crazy. That is really crazy. All right, and then if I do. Yeah, see? That is crazy. It's struggling to get it off. Wow. Yeah, 360 FPS. The aim assist is ridiculous. Alright, so let me go in. Change my... down to, let's say, 120, right? Alright. It's still pretty strong, honestly. Yeah, I can't even get it to get it off. Like, look at that. That's crazy. Alright. So Nick Mercs wasn't cheating, you know, so I could even show you right here. I'll hold it down to zoom in, and then I try to, like, let's go back to here, right? So you start looking at it, and it's usually like right here. Like I start trailing it, right? And it doesn't really stay on there that good because it's 120 FPS. Let's go back to 360, right? Alright, so we're back to 360. I go here. Oh, look at that. Alright. So. And look at that. There you go to here. And it's just trailing it. Look at that. If you trail it with your own hand for a while, it kind of re-sticks. Look at that. I'm stuck onto the player. But yeah, once you trail it for a little bit, it kind of keeps it trailed on the actual... Not every time, but what I was, you know, if you re-engage, I guess. That's kind of crazy, though. That is pretty crazy. Look at that. And then maybe if I try the trail over here. Yeah, it keeps... It's kind of like a little aimbot, which is pretty crazy. That is pretty crazy. Not gonna lie, that is pretty crazy. I do want to know why it's actively working for the sound though. Alright, let me unplug that. Alright. Not gonna lie, that's pretty crazy. That is pretty crazy. Interesting. Yeah, and then when you use mouse, it literally doesn't stick to it. It's when you use the let's see. Let me just plug it back in just to kind of show you. Pretty crazy though. Yeah, look at that. That is pretty wild. I didn't realize that it's that sticky, and it doesn't do it the whole time. It does it for a decent amount of time, honestly. You know, so it's not a full-on. No way, they nerfed the anvil too. I used to be able to just do that over and over. Wow. I'm not going to be using the anvil anymore, that's for sure. What? Why would they do that? So they nerfed the anvil. So you can't just like... That's crazy, dude. The anvil's slow. Yeah, you can't just go like it's super slow now. Well, maybe it's the compressor. All right, let me see. Nah, that's the same. They haven't changed anything on that. That's the same. Okay. So I did that. Let's see here. See if they... Did they buff that at all? Yeah, it seems like they might have. Yeah, I much prefer using keyboard and mouse over controller any day of the week, honestly. For sure. I mean, I'm hitting all those shots easily. I could probably get rid of... Probably that ammo. Pick up the kettle. It's more expensive. What do we got here? Zip line. What are these? Light shield, medium shield, and heavy shield. Okay, so I could probably get rid of... I mean, these definitely do give you quite a bit. What is that at? 26. Could probably get rid of that and get rid of the stitcher. Yeah. And yeah, I think that would be it. And so how do you, I think you still extract through here, I'm guessing, right? This is my first time going in here, so I've never actively done this before. I'm guessing it's the same way as, you know, what was that I ran into? Oh. But yeah, so Nick Merckx does not cheat, at least from the videos that I've seen. It doesn't seem like he does. Shroud, it's kind of telling that you decided to step away from playing as soon as they nerfed the kettle that you're using your macro on. I'm sorry, dude, but I was always watching your hand when you were moving it. It never matched up to how you were playing, dude. Alright, so we got inventory. They don't allow you to keep any of the inventory, which kind of, you know, sucks, but it is what it is. But that's cool. Yeah, I was kind of hoping I could have walked out with you know, some stuff. If that was the case, then people would have just been farming that, going back and forth to do that. But yeah, that's pretty crazy that it's like that. So that basically you know, tells you, okay, Nick Merckx most likely wasn't cheating. I had a feeling he might be, might not be. I wasn't exactly sure. It was a little iffy. I had to, you know, see it for myself. I'm on PC. I do have a high-end PC. I spent, you know, like $4,000 on it, so it's you know, it's up there. As far as Shroud, I'm sorry, but yeah, I mean, the way that he was, like, people are like, oh, he's double tapping, you know, like, no, he's not. Like, you could see him when he's playing, he's using one finger to do it, and he's not using the scroll wheel, because he's not going like this, or even just like flicking it and then moving it. You know, it's just very, very telling when it comes to all that kind of stuff. So what else we got going on here? So I'll probably do like one raid and then end the stream on that one. Today was kind of just me fixing my stream. I'm gonna get back into streaming again. There's just a whole bunch of things that I'm busy doing. So like, I do cut my own hair. You know, like the jobs that I have and stuff like that. There's a lot of things that go into what I do. You know, and working, I got multiple jobs and stuff like that. So, but yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed that little tutorial. You know, obviously I was able to see that it does kind of stick to the actual players and stuff like that. So it does give a huge advantage to people that play controller on PC. A huge advantage. Yo, Bullets, what's going on? How you doing? How you doing? But yeah, it's a huge advantage to play Arc Raiders on controller on PC when you are able to do a you know, 360 FPS or higher. So doing good, Ben Lurking, I appreciate you. Yeah, so I'll probably put that on. The frame generation, I mean, I would like to use it, but I'm able to get 360. I prefer using that. Busy doing stuff for work. Nah, you're all good. No worries. Me, I mean, I've been kind of back and forth when it comes to work, and I've been trying to do a whole bunch of stuff. I might do a Stelmontis, actually. I might do it with... Yeah. I'll do a free loadout, actually. So I can put those back. That I'll just sell. Yeah, I've been busy with a whole bunch of things with work, and I was sick in the beginning of the month, so I basically had a whole week of doing nothing because I was just bedridden. And then because of my sickness, there is something else that kind of like did happen to me, and it's kind of affected me a little bit, not too much, but I'm kind of just working through it. But yeah, I mean it's pretty crazy, just with you know, like figuring all the stuff out with like how strong the aim assist is in arc raiders and just doing all that stuff. But yeah, I appreciate you, Bullets. Appreciate you. I lurk every once in a while on your stream when I get the time to. I know that you usually stream late, so it is kind of hard sometimes for me to be able to be awake at that time. That's why I usually stream like between now and, you know, like usually 8 to 10, especially because like my job or my jobs, I usually work like from 8 in the morning until like 8 at night. So my job isn't always in the right position. When I first started streaming, it was during COVID and stuff like that, so you know, my sleep habits were all over the place, and I was still working, but I wasn't during the time when I first started, I wasn't really working, so. But yeah, hopefully everything's going good with you, Bullets. Been missing you. Hopefully we can get some more games in. I don't know if you bought Peak or not, but I do have that downloaded, so I was going to try to start looking for people that wanted to play Peak and you know, do some stuff like that. See if we got any teammates. We should, right? Oh, okay, now you're all good. Oh, yeah, people have definitely been here already. Let's skip that.
I got people here.
So I think you go here. You go here, right? And then you go... I did it wrong. So apparently you jump here. There's definitely people in there. Okay.
Oh shit, he's one shot.
Where is he at? Fireball, fireball. Apparently you can throw this at people too. I knew I was gonna go down anyways. How'd you guys like my little sneakeroo up top? On that Fortnite grind? Yeah. Now you're good. I knew I was gonna die on that one. I kind of wanted to, you know, like I went up top. That's a little trick that a lot of people don't know, is that you can go up top by grabbing the camera and just kind of go up that way. They weren't expecting that at all. If I had like a better loadout, I could have probably taken them out, honestly. Alright, free loadout. I've been kind of grinding Fortnite a little bit. So having the PC set up, what I've mostly been doing is I disconnected my PlayStation 5 from the whole PC thing. So I got my capture card right here. It's not even connected anymore. So what I've been doing is, like, if I'm grinding out levels for Fortnite, I'll kind of just turn that on so I don't have to turn on the PC or anything, and then kind of just do that. What the? Your eyebrow? That's one thing I learned. Like, a lot of other people have a hard time loading in. Oh, that got all of us. Jesus. There's another one coming? Get out of the way. I tried doing something else, but whatever. I tried rolling out of the way. I couldn't do it in time. Alright, get over here. Okay, this thing. Oh, they slowed down our raiders. They slowed down our raiders. That's crazy. Wow.
Anybody got any more bandages?
Nah, I'm fresh out, man. I just used my last one.
Here.
That's crazy, bro.
Oh, oops.
Okay. My aim was just off. I'll just go this way, dude. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
You good?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm good.
Is somebody downstairs?
I don't know. Wait, I'm looking.
That was the rollers. Just the rollers, that's all it was.
Where did you get shot at, Jeff?
Nah. I didn't get shot by nobody, it was just the rollers. Now I'm just trying to find some good loot so I can heal up. Salvage fabric.
that was a hell of a fall, Jeff. You
Yeah.
like hurt yourself, bro.
Bro, I didn't. I was trying to fall. Oh shit. Fuck, bro.
Oh, damn, you too. Jeff and Jeff. I see Jeff.
Yeah.
Y'all just like me.
Yeah, I was trying to, what's it called? Go down a little bit more, and then I fell like all the way down over here. I'm trying to get to y'all.
There.
Oh wow.
I wonder if we're in like a friendly lobby or
Probably.
Jeez.
I haven't killed that many people.
I haven't heard anybody go,
Yeah.
Get rid of that. Yeah, they nerfed so much stuff, man. The movement is not even remotely the same anymore. That's crazy.
what's other Jeff doing over there?
Hmm.
Standing in the corner?
Jeffree Barrett. Oh shit. Watch out.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
I knew that was gonna happen.
Well, okay.
Yeah, looks like we can finally get up out of here. And that's how you get up there. Nice.
I guess that means friendly lobby.
Yeah, I prefer
I
that.
don't know what that guy's doing. Either,
Raider,
over
there.
I prefer that friendly lobby.
Let's go upstairs.
Up there.
Yeah, I can't take any more damage. Oh, man.
Shredder, over there.
Well, that's the way out.
Shredder.
Okay. Yo! Oh shit. Watch out.
What? No, 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 no. Oh my god. What the hell? I couldn't get out
There's somebody else down there.
at all, bro.
I heard somebody else just died.
Why did it follow me?
Oh shit, Jeffree, hold up. Oh shit. Hold on.
I think they're going inside already. Come on, no.
Keep distracted on me, you can go get Jeffree. No, he's after you now, hold up. I love you, Jeffree.
I appreciate you.
Alright, Hangover, you good? Wait, hold up. I'm coming to you. Don't worry, wait. You got him?
Are we coming?
Yeah, let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. We haven't dropped from it. Let me check this out first. Yes, this is nothing. Okay. Wait. Alright,
Yeah,
I'll continue
I
on.
gotta get used to the new movement that they got it on. It's kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie.
You can start it now.
Yeah, not gonna lie, that movement's pretty crazy. Yeah, destroy pops. I mean, I'm definitely gonna try to do as many as I can when it comes to that. Yeah. That's wild. But yeah, I mean, you know, figuring out that I guess like controllers pretty cracked for arc raiders. So anyone that does play controllers, it's both good and bad because like when you get stuck, like say if you're trying to shoot one thing and then you're trying to go to the other right away, you can't. So you can't like ping both. You know, like if there's 2 or 3 people you're trying to shoot, you can't shoot all of them at once. So I guess it is kind of hard to do. But yeah, I appreciate you lurking, bullets. Finally got my stream back up and running again. Hopefully it stays stable. Hopefully I don't have to resolve any of the issues that I have right now. So we'll see in about a month, see if that happens again. But at least now I know how to fix it. I'm going to write it down and kind of like put a post-it somewhere. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed that. You know, figuring out that Nick Merckx isn't actually cheating. I plugged in the controller. It is based off of, you know, like the frames and all that stuff and whatnot. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that little tutorial. They did nerf the anvil, the kettle, and the movement. So I think what they did is they made it so, like, let's say if you're running a free loadout, you're much slower. You know, and then I think, you know, running like a looting MK, you'll be a little bit faster. They basically nerfed. So a lot of people were running free loadouts, and it was, you were able to run relatively fast. It wasn't too slow. Now it's exhaustingly slow. So now I would definitely say the meta is that people are going to go in with a free loadout, try to extract right away, and then update the loadout. So what you do is you go, let's say, I can get rid of that. Alright, so what we'll do is we'll go to traders, go to clinic, and then you can upgrade the loadout. Right, so I go over here, upgrade it. Now I won't be as slow. You know, so this will be the new meta. This will kind of be like replacing the free loadout. People will go in, get a free loadout, and then replace it just by upgrading it for free. So that's pretty much going to be the meta for it. So that's kind of, I see what, you know, people are going to start doing. That's pretty much what they're going to do, is do that. And it's reasonable. It makes sense to do. So hopefully you guys are having a good one. Probably going to end the stream on that one. I just kind of wanted to go over, make sure that my stream first, you know, was working. I also wanted to stream for at least an hour, do the new update for Arc Raiders, and then kind of like reset a whole bunch of different things, make sure that my stream is working properly, and do all that kind of stuff. And then I think tomorrow, yeah, there's one part of my taxes I need to do. There's just a whole bunch of stuff that I need to do. But yeah, I'm gonna try to set, you know, more stuff up, and hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I know that it was definitely a crazy little stream, you know, that I did. I could have took out those 3 players if I had chucked some grenades at them and just did nothing but grenades. That would have worked. But yeah, that's kind of how you do it. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed that little thing to see about the whole aim assist and all that stuff, and how it really is like it sticks to the arcs, which is pretty crazy. Yeah, I mean that's wild to know that that's how it is. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed that, and I will see you guys next time.